Yo, what's up?
Yo, what's up, man?
Man, not much. Just chilling.
Big weekend to talk about. Boys are back in the house. My name's Corey Hilliard. The man next to me, Brandon Hill, aka B Hill. This is the House Divided. If you've been here before, you know what to do. But if this is your first time, mi casa, su casa, B Hill, hit him with the house rules.
You guys already know what time it is around here. If you're not already, go ahead, hop down there, hit that subscribe button, become a part of our family. We're at 31 subscribers right now. We want to keep this thing growing and make it bigger and bigger. Go ahead and hit that notification bell right next to it as well if you guys don't mind. Also, hit that thumbs up if you guys like the content, you like everything that you're seeing. And please, last but not least, drop down there in those comment boxes. Tell us what you think about the show. We don't care, right, wrong, and different. You guys already know the drill around here. So, to kick this thing off, Corey, week 13, man, there was a bunch of good matchups like on paper, right? We were thinking that this was going to be a good challenging week. Yeah. I kind of want to touch on a game. We had kind of hinted at it, the Dallas Cowboys game. I want to just jump into this game because my buddy Abel was going to get on the show with us tonight, Corey. Yeah. And he sent me some little stats before just so that we could kind of like share it in the show. So I'm going to share it on his behalf. The Cowboys scored 33 points in a span of about 11 minutes in the fourth quarter versus the Colts. 33 points.
Yeah.
In a span of 11 minutes.
11 minutes, that's hard to do.
And also, this season, CeeDee Lamb is averaging more yards a game than Amari Cooper this season, Amari Cooper last season, Amari Cooper the season before that, Amari Cooper the season before that, Amari Cooper in any season he's ever had, and this just in. CeeDee Lamb is a wide receiver number one. So I had to get that out there.
Oh my gosh!
That's, if you can't tell, my buddy Abel is a big time Cowboys fan. He's been on the show. For sure, everybody already knows that. But I mean, I can't deny it right now. Is the thing, Corey, because
Abel's gonna watch this.
Yeah, absolutely.
Abel, if you're watching, your boy also has a case of what we call the butterfingers, the drops. Yeah. He's like hot hands from the Little Giants. Can't catch freaking toilet paper, roll of toilet paper sometimes. Yeah. He has a lot of drops in his young career, so that's why we're iffy on he's a numbers wide receiver one. So good for him. He's catching a lot of yards. He drops a lot of it. He could have way more yards, dog. He just drops a lot of passes from my taste.
So. No, he does. He does. I mean, 5 receptions, 71 yards, and a touchdown. He had 7 targets. So, you know what I'm saying? His long was 22 yards in this game. Dak Prescott, 20 for 30, 170 yards, 3 touchdowns, and 1 interception. That backfield, though, 29 carries combined, and 91 plus 77. So Zeke had 77. Tony Pollard had 91. 2 touchdowns for Tony Pollard. 1 touchdown for Zeke. Dude, that's like, there are basically what they're doing is Dak Prescott is managing the game. He's not trying to turn the football over. If Dak doesn't turn the football over, manages the game, makes a couple throws here and there, that running game, man, can keep anybody on the sideline.
Yeah, that's what I've been saying the whole season, bro. Tony Pollard, that's my guy. Got him in both my fantasy leagues. He's way more explosive than Zeke. Zeke's starting to show a little bit of a resurgence, but it's not the same old Zeke. You know what I mean? And I really think that they love putting the ball in Pollard's hands. So it's a formula for success. You really keep Dak from making stupid decisions, which, you know, he tends to do from here and there. A lot of run, a lot of play action. That's why they're really good right now. And that'll carry in the playoffs to anywhere.
And that defense.
Makes me sick. I can't stand them, bro.
Their defense is nice. These Cowboys, man, basically, long story short, the guys were out there. They were making plays. They scored a lot of points, 54-19. I mean, there's not really a whole lot more you can really talk about in this game other than Dak Prescott had a pretty clean game. He only had the one interception. Tony Pollard, Zeke carried the ball. CeeDee Lamb had some catches. I mean, here's the thing I want to ask you. I'm going to kick it back over to you on this one, Corey. Do you think that the Cowboys should sign Odell Beckham Jr.?
No, I don't think there's no need for him.
Okay.
I really don't. I don't understand why they're pushing that. I understand they want to just have extra weapons. You can never have enough toys to play with, I guess, as an NFL offense. I don't see the reason.
I heard that he's not looking just for the rest of the season deal either. I heard he's looking for a 2-year deal, 3-year deal.
He wants a multi-year deal.
Yeah. So, that's. I don't know if I'm investing. Yeah, I would too. I mean, he's already shown you, 3 knee surgeries now that he's had on himself. So,
yeah,
I'll pass. Sometimes they show you who they are. You need to believe it. So, you got anything else you want to touch on this game before we move on to the next one?
Nope.
The next one, man, the Vikings and the Jets. It was another one. It really fun for other people, man. It wasn't fun for me. I didn't have fun.
For the casual viewer, yeah.
Oh man, it was one of those things, Corey. We had the lead 20-3, 20-6 going into half, and I remember looking at my wife and going, "We're gonna give this lead up. We're gonna make this game interesting, just because this is what we do." It was 20-15 about later in the third quarter, if I'm not mistaken, maybe early in the fourth quarter. And then the Vikings went, I think there was like 8 to 9 minutes left on the clock, and they went and they scored that 27-15 touchdown. Justin Jefferson had that touchdown in the end zone. I thought, okay, maybe this is the week. You know what I'm saying? This is the week. And it just so happens that next drive was literally the first drive where the freaking Jets scored a touchdown. Now, on the flip side of all that, though, Garrett Wilson, that dude is an absolute baller.
Yep.
He needs to be recognized, respected, and known. Yep. If he's got somebody that can get him the football, that dude is an absolute playmaker. I've seen it with my own 2 eyes.
Yeah, they drafted well.
Shout out to my defense, though, Corey. Really? To be honest, I mean, overall, they played a relatively good game. If you look at the box score and you look at the stats, you're going to say you're absolutely crazy. You gave up this amount of yards. But they held them to 1 of 6 in the red zone.
Key stops. Yeah.
1 of 6. Key
stops.
You know what I'm saying? And the one touchdown that they got was that easy one with Mike White. He made it really more difficult than what it needed to be. But I just take away from this game, I mean, Dalvin Cook ran the ball hard, 20 carries, 86 yards, and a touchdown. It wasn't all just Justin Jefferson, you know. It just was one of those games that we didn't do too much, but we did just enough to win. And we weren't, I honestly do not feel like the Vikings were the better team in that game on that day. And they still came out with the win.
Yeah, y'all just had that bend don't break mentality, right? Y'all did what y'all did in the red zone. They had to settle for field goals a couple times. They did move the ball up and down on y'all, though. That's the thing that concerns me. But if you're gonna play that red zone defense, then kudos. I mean, shoot, you can give up all the yards you want if you're holding teams to field goals and keeping them out the end zone and making goal line stands. So I really like Mike White. I don't think Zach Wilson should ever see the field again this season and postseason. But Robert Saleh came out after the game and said he still wants to get him back in there. That's the plan, because when they originally took him out, the plan was that they're going to come back to him at some point in the season. I don't see why in the hell you would ever do that. This dude, Mike White, is balling. He's doing things Zach Wilson has not done all year in 2 games. His 2 games, these 2 games has been the best quarterback 2 games for the Jets all season. I don't even know why you would even come out and say that, we're still planning on going back to Zach Wilson.
And you're just talking about a guy. You're talking about a guy that had no touchdowns passing and 2 interceptions. That just shows you. That just shows. Yeah, in this game, You're hyping him up, which that just shows you how bad the Jets have been at the quarterback position for God knows how long. I mean, they got the butt fumble for crying out loud with Mark Sanchez. You know what I'm saying? It's been terrible over there for the Jets. But their defense
they can play, man.
Quinn Williams off that edge is a problem. He is a big problem off whoever he goes against.
Yeah.
So
they did a good job drafting. They built a championship level defense, dog.
They absolutely did do that. Sauce Gardner in the back end. That other guy after the game on Twitter and everything, it was interviews. He was saying how he locked up Justin Jefferson. Did you see that Justin Jefferson?
Oh yeah, number 4. I forget the cornerback's name.
And was like he
actually played him pretty tough.
Yeah, but he said you had safety coverage over the top. Holler at me whenever your coach lets you go one-on-one.
Who said that, JJ?
JJ hollered back at him off of that. I mean, at the end of the day, the one play that they did one-on-one coverage with that guy,
touchdown.
I don't forget it. Yeah, it was a touchdown. So
yeah, on the sideline. I remember.
Come on, man. Don't say that you locked him up. Don't do that. That's not.
Some people feel that way. Yeah, it's not.
7 catches for 45 yards and a touchdown. You get a touchdown. It's because he's already got the yards, Corey. He's sitting at like 1,300 plus yards. You know what I mean? Yeah. He's balling. It's like you don't disrespect that, man. Don't you do that? So and props to my boy JJ for shouting out at him like, bro, holler at me whenever your coach lets you go one-on-one. Don't know. No coach is gonna let any corner go one-on-one with Justin Jefferson. I don't care who you got. You know what I'm saying? So
I wouldn't. That's suicide, bro.
9-0, Corey, in 1-score games, man. It's literally. I mean,
it's the polar opposite from what y'all were last year, because y'all couldn't win a close game last year.
And
y'all
now
were
we
like
are
8 for 9 last year in close games.
And now we're winning all of them.
Yeah.
It's freaking insane. I hate it. I hate it, though, because I want to see him put somebody away just one freaking time. Can we get, like, a couple touchdown win? Just one time. You know what I mean? I really thought this was the game we were going to do, especially whenever we jumped out to, like, 20-3. We came out on them. You know what I'm saying? I was just like,
y'all played a good team. That's a playoff team right now. The playoffs started today. I think that team is the 7th seed. With complete ass quarterback play.
No,
they might have had good quarterback play all year, and they finally got it these last 2 games.
Here's my thing, though. The 2 losses we had were bad losses, yes, but 10 wins in the NFL is 10 wins in the NFL. I don't care who you are. You win 10 games in the NFL, you're doing something right. You know what I mean? That's usually good enough to get you to the playoffs. You know what I mean? And we're already there and we still got games to go. I mean, we can clinch the division for crying out loud if we beat y'all next week.
Yeah, y'all going to have to wait a week on that.
Hey, man, it might... Hey, we'll talk about it in our matchup show coming up later this week. But, man, y'all are going to be tough. I'm not sleeping. Definitely not sleeping because it's a division opponent. Y'all are at home. You've been hot lately. Yeah, no, I'm not sleeping at all. But Skull, shoot, all day, every day. That's just what it is. Anything else you want to touch on in this game before we hop into this next one?
Nope.
All right. The next game that we talked about was, I'm looking through here. Let's talk about this Kansas City Cincinnati Bengals game. Joe freaking Burrow, man. That dude.
Joe Shiesty.
You called it, Corey. You called the win here for Cincinnati.
Thank you.
I picked Patrick Mahomes and the Chiefs. I was wrong. You were right on this one. I thought Patrick Mahomes was just going to be able to step up and, deliver a win just because of what happened last year. Not with Joe Burrow. The Bengals are scary right now, man, because everybody was like, oh, they were just an anomaly last year, which I said the same thing. But Jamar Chase is back healthy. He had 7 catches for 97 yards in this game. Absolute Samaje P. Ryan.
Bro, whatever. What a resurgence this is, man.
They got a hell of a backfield over there in Cincinnati. Let me tell you, they got a hell of a couple
backfield.
They got and it's just so ironic that those two played together at Oklahoma as well. I love watching that personally, and I don't hate Joe Burrow. You know what I'm saying? I ain't got no problems with him. I mean, it's Vikings all day, every day, but I enjoy watching that football team. They're fun to watch.
They got a squad, bro. That squad can be scary.
They're right there, man. Joe Burrow can pull up anywhere, anytime, any place, and he's going to ball. And he's got ice water running through his veins, man. Just nothing phases that dude. He never looks wavered. I mean, he's cool, calm, and collected. He's going to puff that cigar after the game like a boss. I respect that. I respect that kind of play. I do. I mean, he just went from college, won the Heisman, won the national championship, probably one of the greatest teams ever in college history. And then he just comes to the NFL. He gets injured. You know, you're thinking, oh, maybe he was a fluke. Nah, dude has been coming out there ever since then. Just took his team to the Super Bowl. And he's on pace and on track. I mean, Corey, I'll let you talk after this, but are you taking the Bills over the Bengals?
No, I take the Bengals, dog.
Okay, are you? And we're definitely not taking the Chiefs over the Bengals.
Let's take the Bengals.
And you're not taking the Titans over the Bengals.
They just beat the Titans the week before.
We're about to get in about them Titans after this. But serious though.
Yeah.
I'll let you go
bro,
from here.
He's an absolute beast. He's got veins made of cool ice water. Straight out the freaking freezer, dog. Like there's nothing that gets him rattled. He fights for his guys. He never blames the O-line when they give up a bunch of sacks. It just so happened this past game, his O-line showed up and blocked for him and gave him enough time. Here's about this. When your second option is T. Higgins and your third option is Tyler Boyd, all right, and Joe Mixon has to miss the game and you get to hand off to Samaje Perine out here stiff-arming dudes' face into the turf just like he did back in OU.
With the freaking
bro, it's a problem. That offense is a problem. Their defense plays hard enough to where they have almost kind of like I won't say as bad as the Vikings defense, but they're middle of the road. They don't give up too many yards, but they give up enough yards. But they don't break that often, right? So they're on that mentality like you guys. They give up yards, but they don't break. I love that team, man. I've been screaming it. I said it at the beginning of the year when they were 0-2. And your boy Joe Cool was coming off the appendix surgery. He couldn't play the whole preseason. So his first 3 weeks was his preseason, and that's why they started off slow.
That's a very fair point, Corey. I like that take from you, guy. I mean, they're right there. They're right there, Corey. They're right freaking there, dude.
And what does this mean for the Chiefs now? You have a real problem. You have a real problem if you're Kansas City. This is the team stopping you from being a dynasty. They just stopped you last year in the AFC Championship. They beat you twice because they beat you last regular season, and they just beat you again. Nobody has 3 wins over Patrick Mahomes other than Tom Brady and Joe Burrow.
I got a take for you. We're going to throw this one on the short for sure.
What's that?
If Joe Burrow wins a Super Bowl, he's hands down better than Patrick Mahomes.
He's number one. Yeah. He's number one.
Gotta be.
He's number
one. Gotta be.
Peyton Manning throws the ball better than Tom Brady. He was a better commander of the offense, had more weapons, but what could he never do? He can never really just beat Tom Brady. Now, he did later in his career.
Peyton had everything, Corey. He had everything. He had the offensive line. He had the tight end, Dallas Clark. He had Edgerrin James. He had Marvin Harrison. He had Reggie Wayne. Get out of here. I never felt bad for Peyton Manning when he lost to Tom Brady and the Patriots.
And what does Patrick Mahomes had this whole time? Up until this year, he had Tyreek Hill, Travis Kelce, McCole Hardman, had a good old line, Creed Humphrey. Dude, Mahomes has been sitting pretty with the weapons he's had.
I agree. No, I agree. It might not be as pretty as we thought. Maybe that Tyreek Hill not being there is affecting some things. It's a little difference when you got a Valdez Scantling and a Juju Smith-Schuster that you're throwing to as opposed to a Tyreek Hill.
Tyreek Hill, hell yeah. Hell yeah.
That's a huge difference.
That's a huge
you know what
difference.
Yeah. I mean, I'm just going to sit here and say this one thing and then we'll move on to our next game. Tyreek Hill has literally made, and it's actually our next game we're going to talk about. Tyreek Hill has made Tua Tagovailoa look like a freaking MVP.
Yep.
So,
facts. Big facts.
So, maybe a little more respect needs to be thrown Tyreek Hill's way.
Yeah.
As opposed to, he garners some of that respect that Patrick Mahomes
big time.
Gets.
They made each other, man. They made
Absolutely.
him and Patrick Mahomes together was a beautiful.
I'm actually glad they're not together no more, to be honest with you.
Yeah,
I'm not
scarier.
upset. I'm not upset with Tua. I'd much rather have Tua throwing the ball at me with Tyreek Hill than freaking Patrick Mahomes. That's a fact. I will take that one to the bank. So, speaking of which, Corey, are you good on this one?
Mm-hmm.
Speaking of which, Corey, that's our next game, man. We might as well just go ahead and hop right into it. The San Francisco 49ers and the Miami Dolphins. Jimmy Garoppolo goes down early in this game. Brock Purdy, the Iowa State Cyclone, fifth-year senior, steps in and just delivers a W.
I know you remember that name because didn't he beat the Sooners like twice? When he was there, they used to give y'all fits.
I hated that guy. I absolutely cannot stand it. He is literally, no disrespect to him, but he's literally like one of the most unathletic, most unorthodox looking quarterbacks I think I've ever seen. He doesn't look athletic when he runs, but he's successful with what he does. He plays good. He outplayed Tua Tagovailoa in this game, Corey.
Shocking. It really was, to be honest.
And that defense shut them down. That 49ers defense is no joke. They're probably, I think we can safely say, Corey, they're the best defense in the NFL.
Oh, yeah. I was saying that last week, the week before. They got the best defense. And that's with them giving up a 75-yard touchdown on the first play of the game. And I was like, uh-oh. And then from there on out, after that first play, bro, they gave up 10 points the rest of the time. I mean, that was it.
Here's my thing, though, Corey, and then I'll kick it back over to you. Brock Purdy is not – I would much rather have Brock Purdy as a Vikings fan playing the 49ers in the playoffs than Jimmy Garoppolo back behind center. Because they're about to see why they should have respected Jimmy G. They're about to see it. Brock Purdy had that good game. Sometimes the emotions of a football game can get you into the game, can get your juices flowing. Let's see what he does in a week where he is the guy. He has all that pressure on him. You're going to hear it from the media, everything else. Let's see what you're talking about now, Brock Purdy. Yeah. What are you really about?
Yeah.
That's what I'm very interested to see. Because the San Francisco 49ers as a whole are an absolute squad. Like, they're...
Oh, yeah.
Me or you could probably go line up for quarterback and win 5 games with that team.
They're literally one top 10 quarterback away from literally running the league. If they had a top 10 quarterback right now, give them a Dak Prescott. Give them Kirk Cousins.
Tom Brady next year?
Give them Kirk Cousins, Tom Brady, anybody.
Oh, if they had Kirk Cousins, man, it'd be, man. Ooh.
They'd be favorites.
They'd have to be. Kirk Cousins doesn't get enough respect, man. They disrespect that, man. Kirk's a baller, though.
I take him over Jimmy Garoppolo. There's a lot of dudes I take over Jimmy G. And Jimmy G, that team with Jimmy G is dangerous.
They get the job done, though. They do. They do literally the last 2 seasons. Last year, he went to the NFC Championship game. Year before that, he goes to the Super Bowl.
Yep.
And he loses. How did he lose that Super Bowl? He lost the damn Super Bowl because Tyreek Hill just made a Tyreek Hill type of play, and Patrick Mahomes made a Patrick Mahomes throw.
Yep.
I mean, minus that, Jimmy Garoppolo could be a Super Bowl winning quarterback.
World champion. He could have a ring right now.
I mean,
and they wouldn't even drafted old buddy from North Dakota State.
That's what I'm saying. But yet they did, and they disrespected Jimmy G, and now he's hurt. And I think they're about to feel the effects of that. I definitely think this brings 49ers back a notch. What you say?
Oh, dude. I think the NFC, the whole NFC is, you're never happy to see somebody hurt. But when he went down there, like, you can see, like, if all the teams are looking at each other, like, we got a chance now. We got a legit shot now.
But, because
Brock Purdy's not going to do what Jimmy G has been able to do for them, bro. I'm sorry. I think you're 100% right. Over these next 3 weeks, teams are going to build just a snapshot of what the takeaway, what he struggles with. Really haven't seen him throw a deep ball yet, so we don't know if he can take the top off of defense. They're going to study that, break that down. And there's no better way as a backup to come into the game when it's unexpected. That was a great point by you.
I mean,
there's no better way because now you have to sit all week, like you said. You got to think about it. Your nervousness builds up. When you're just thrown into the fire, dog, there's no time for that.
You just go out there and ball. You just go ball. You just go ball. Which he did a good job. And I'll be the first one to eat my crow and everything else if I'm wrong and the 49ers end up winning the Super Bowl with Brock Purdy. I just don't see it. I just don't. I mean, I would much rather, as a Vikings fan, say we match up with them in the second round, much rather have Brock Purdy under center than Jimmy Garoppolo any day of the week. Because Jimmy G's proven to get the job done in the playoffs. Dude,
I hope you're right, man. Because I still have a small feeling that they could still do it somehow.
Just because of that defense alone, you don't have to score but more than 3 touchdowns and you win the game.
Yep.
I mean, it's scary, man. I don't know. We'll see. It's going to be interesting, though. It's the last game I wanted to talk about, Corey, and then we'll hop into our power rankings.
Bet.
Philadelphia and Tennessee. Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. If Jalen Hurts didn't win the MVP in this game, I don't know what else the dude has to do this season.
I think he just got that much closer.
That dude he's mama there went that man.
Did you see this coming? I didn't see this Jalen Hurts coming this year.
I mean, I knew he was good, and I knew he was talented, and I knew he was one of those players that he's going to work harder than anybody on that football team. But no, I didn't know. No. MVP, like best player, 11-1, no.
B, he can throw the ball now.
I'm very aware.
He can legit throw the ball now. I don't get it.
I'm very aware. Now, it helps to have receivers like an A.J. Brown. Like a Devontae Smith. You know what I'm saying? That definitely helps. But, man,
you know what else this game did?
What's that?
He got the Titans GM fired.
Oh, no.
You didn't hear that?
He was tired of that boring-ass football they play over there.
Well, no, he traded A.J. Brown.
Yeah.
To them.
Yeah, like an idiot.
They're broke.
Like a dum-dum.
This game literally got him fired. This is the GM of a team that's won back-to-back AFC South division titles. They were the 1 seed last year. Okay, they were in the AFC Championship 3 years ago. All right, or 2 years ago. He's been the GM the whole time. And you know what got him fired? Because the the owner had to sit up there and watch a receiver that they had last year get traded away and come back and dust their ass, burn them alive.
And the thing was, Corey, is there was no play action in this game because the Philadelphia rushing game was non-existent.
Non-existent.
But Jalen Hurts. Jalen said, "You want me to throw? I'll throw. Go ahead, put your 8 men in the box. Stop this run. Do it. I'm just gonna throw right over the top of you." They're nice, man. The Eagles are. They scare me. They scare me more than the Dallas Cowboys as a Vikings fan, and the Dallas Cowboys beat us more single-handedly. But I think come up in this game. We got a game between the Dallas Cowboys and the Eagles coming up later this season. The Eagles, man,
If they beat them in Dallas, bro, I think they'll for sure be in an NFC Championship for sure. I think I got them being there anyway. But shoot, they're cooking, man. They're cooking with hot grease.
They're nice. They have a very nice roster, and they have Jalen Hurts on his rookie deal still. This is their window. They have to capitalize, and they are. They are. I mean, just simply put. So, anything else you want to touch on in this game before we hop into these power rankings?
Nope.
All right, then, man. I'm going to let you go first this week because I went first last week. What's your power rankings? What you looking at?
All right. Well, the team we just talked about, number 1, the Philadelphia Eagles, back on top for me. At number 2, I got the Buffalo Bills. Back at number 2. Number 3, took a slide to Kansas City Chiefs from 1 to 3 for me. And then number 4, this team took a huge jump. The Cincinnati Bengals coming in at 8-4. Number 5, the Minnesota Vikings. Number 6, the Dallas Cowboys. Number 7, the 49ers. Even with Jimmy G being out, I respect that defense that much. So, number 8, the Miami Dolphins took a tumble in my ratings. Losing to Brock Purdy, I guess. It's just getting shut down like that on now. It's a great defense, but we already talked about it. Number 9, the New York Giants, who had a tie this week with the Commanders. And then number 10, the New York Jets. I thought they showed themselves well in Minneapolis. Put up a tough fight against who I think is a very, very good Minnesota squad. So there you go.
Okay. What do the Cowboys got to do to get in your top 5?
Just keep winning games.
They were in your top 5 last week, and what did they do to prove to go from number 4 to number 6?
Everybody's going nuts about that 33-point quarter. That was a game. It was 21-19, and I felt like the Colts were outplaying them. I think the Cowboys, Dak should have at least thrown 2 more picks. You're struggling with the Colts at home. Like I wasn't impressed. Those 33 points came off of turnovers. The Indianapolis Colts literally just turned the ball over 4 times in 1 quarter. So a lot of that was like self-inflicted wounds by the Indianapolis Colts, more than it was the Cowboys just going down and scoring every time. You know what I mean? So.
Okay. I mean, hey, man. I don't know. I disagree. I'll give you my top 10. This is. I mean, I got the Eagles at 1, of course. I got the Cowboys at 2 right now. Ooh. Cowboys are my number 2 team. I don't like the Cowboys, but I'm just saying, looking at what they're doing on the field right now, I got the Dallas Cowboys at 2. But don't worry. This just sets us up for our Christmas Day present, Corey. Don't worry, okay?
Okay.
The Cowboys will always find a way to let their fan base down. Don't worry. It's coming. Just wait. Be patient. Number 3, I got the Kansas City Chiefs. Number 4, my Minnesota Vikings. Number 5, the Buffalo Bills. Number 6, the Cincinnati Bengals. Number 7, the San Francisco 49ers. Number 8, the Dolphins. Number 9, I got the New York Jets. And number 10, I got the Commanders. The Washington Commanders. It was a tough game this weekend against the New York Giants. They played that game. It ended up in a tie, so neither team actually lost. But I just think the Commander, they don't even have Chase Young back yet. He's supposed to come back anytime now. So they just, I think the New York Giants are a pretender. I don't think that they're as good as what their record says they are. I don't think they're a 7-4 football team. I don't. Okay. So that's where I'm at. I got the Tampa Bay Buccaneers though. I can't end this show without asking you how you feel as a New Orleans Saints fan. About them
Bro,
Tampa Bay Buccaneers.
I'm not wearing no more Saints gear on this podcast.
Yikes.
I'm utterly disgusted with my Saints. 13-point lead with 5 minutes left. And then you stop doing everything you've done to get the lead. Like, completely changed the defense. Went to this shell prevent stuff that kills me. I hate when teams do that against Tom Brady. It's the worst thing you can do. Because he's just going to beat you up underneath.
Yeah.
Freaking Mark Ingram running out of bounds when he could have got the first down. Freaking Andy Dalton taking a sack late that you can't take a sack in that position. Taysom Hill dropping the first down pass that would ice the game. Like that, I can go on and on.
Yeah.
For everything that they did perfectly. The freaking first 3.5 plus quarters to lose your damn mind. And just stop playing with 5 minutes left because you have a 13-point lead. It was the most disgusting thing I've watched as a Saints fan this whole year. I was so mad last night, bro. I just turned the TV off and walked off. I was disgusted. I will not wear any more Saints gear. If I had a brown paper bag, I'd cut holes in it when we talk about the Saints the next segment. And I'd put that on, just like we used to do in the old days when we called them the Aints. They should be ashamed of themselves. If they'd have won that game last night, they'd have been a game out of first place in the NFC South. One game out. They'd have been one game away from having a division lead. And you decided to throw it all away in 5 measly minutes because you want to change defenses and start doing stupid stuff on offense. I'm done.
That's why I brought this up. I knew you had to get it off your chest. I wanted to let you do that. I told you the Tampa Bay Buccaneers were going to win that division this year. That's all I got to say. I had to end it.
It's the same team that lost to the damn Browns last week with Jacoby Brissett. 27-14. You couldn't beat that team? You couldn't beat that team that just lost to the Browns with Jacoby Brissett? Like, come on, bro.
You let Tom Brady freaking, you let him do it. You let him do it. Don't let him do it. That's why they're scary, though, Corey. If the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, I wanted y'all to win, man, because I don't want to see Tom Brady in the playoffs, my guy.
They're not doing anything in the playoffs, dude.
Say that all you want.
You have nothing to be scared of.
Okay.
They can't beat the Browns.
Okay, yeah, I appreciate that. But then they turn around and they beat
a
good
divisional
game.
They're racking up wins. They're 5 or 6 wins, whatever they have over division opponents.
Right.
They're not beating anybody else.
Okay, that's fine. Give me a guy that's won 7 Super Bowls. Get out of here. Stop.
You can't beat the Browns. You can't beat the Browns.
I don't care. That doesn't mean nothing. All he has
it means
to do
a lot. They're not that good.
Man, Tom Brady gets in the dance, anything can happen. That's all I'm saying. I'm not sitting here saying I'm picking him as my favorite, but hell, I'd much rather play Geno Smith in the Seattle Seahawks than Tom Brady in the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. I promise you that.
What's this man play? He's played 23 seasons, right?
Dude, he's 7 Super Bowls.
23 seasons and 7 Super Bowls. So if he was so invincible and so unbeatable, he'd have 23 Super Bowls right now. I'm sorry. He's very beatable in the playoffs. The team ain't that good. Wow. He's played 23 years of football and only has 7 Super Bowls. Wow. So, yeah. Does he have the most ever? Yeah. Okay. But if he was that damn unstoppable, he'd have 23 of them things.
I'm sorry.
You can beat him. The Cowboys can beat him. The Eagles can beat him.
Look at my guy. I struck a nerve here. My bad. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to do that. Apologize. Man, you sleeping on. Man. You go ahead and keep sleeping on Tom Brady, though. I'm gonna be here to remind you when it happens. Shoot, that's all I'm saying.
I will. When they lose in the first round, I can't wait to wild card.
I hope he does. I really hope he does. I really hope he does. But if they draw the Cowboys in the first round at home, are you sitting here saying that the Tampa Bay Buccaneers couldn't beat them?
They'll get washed. They'll get washed.
You're so disrespectful.
They'll get washed. The Cowboys will wash them.
I don't understand. Why are you hating on Tom? What Tom do to you?
He didn't do nothing to me. The team sucks. They're not a good team.
They're in first place in their division.
It's the weakest division in football.
They're in first place.
They were just 5-6 before last night.
But now they're 6-6.
What team you know is 5-6 was winning their division? They're 6-6. They're a 500 team leading their division.
Facts. That's a fact, though. That's a fact.
It is. It's trash. It's the worst damn division in football.
Well, it happens. That year, 7-9. Remember when the Seattle Seahawks were 7-9 and Marshawn Lynch stiff-armed your guy? Happened to your Saints. Happened to your Saints.
And the next week, they lost to the Chicago Bears by like 25.
I'm not. I mean, okay. I'm not saying that couldn't happen, but I'm just saying. You got Tom Brady in your team, you have a chance. I'm going to leave it at that. That's just where I'm at with it. That's how I feel. Anything else you want to talk about before we hop up over here?
Nah, that was good, man.
All right, then, guys. If you guys are still with us and you haven't subscribed already, why in the hell not? Go ahead, hit that subscribe button. Go ahead and knock that notification bell right there next to it while you're at it. If you guys like what you heard, everything you seen, go ahead and smash that thumbs up for that like button. Helps with the YouTube algorithm so we can get on out there to bigger platforms and more people can view us. And as always, guys, drop down there in the comment boxes. I want to hear from you guys. Do you think if Tom Brady gets in the dance, he can make some noise? And do you think my guy Corey over here is just absolutely losing his mind? Let us know down here in the comment box if you would. As always, this is the House Divided. This is your boy B Hill with my guy Corey over here. We signed on in tonight, folks. And now we're going to sign on out this thing. Peace.
Peace.